In this tutorial, we'll be using the Roundup command in Microsoft Excel as part of our cost estimate spreadsheet. We use the Roundup command so that we purchase full quantities. For example, I can't go into the store and buy a half sheet of drywall. I have to round up to the next full unit. And I have to do this with almost all construction materials. So let's do bat insulation. So I'm going to put in my description R19 bat insulation, and it's going to have a craft face on it. And let's say that I need 2,000 square feet. I've added up my walls or my ceiling or my basement, and I know that I need approximately 2,000 square feet. So the question is, how many bags do I need to buy? So my unit is by the bag, and I'm going to make this centered here. So how many do I need to buy? Well, let me pull up my calculator. So I have 2,000 square feet. Well, how many square feet does a bag do? Let me go to my browser, and I've pulled up from the Home Depot, and it could be anywhere. It could be Lowe's or Menards or anywhere that sells the insulation. And here I've got my craft-faced R19 insulation. And if I look up here, it says that it covers 77.5 square feet is how much this bag covers. So I can take that, divide that by the 77.5, and I need to buy 25.8 bags. Now, like I said, we can't buy a partial unit, so I'm going to have to round this up to the next full unit. And I also want to include waste. So let me go back here. So 25.8 is my quantity that I've determined that I need. I'm going to have a waste factor of about 5%. So let me put a percent here. So the question is, how many do I need to buy? What I want to do is set up a formula so that Excel will take care of that for me. So my command, anytime I do a command in Excel, I start with an equal sign. So I'm going to do equals, and then the command is round up. So I'll put it up here so it's easier to see. Round up. I'm going to start with two open parentheses, and I can either type in the cell. So for example, this is cell B7, or I can select it. So either one of those is fine. So I can do B7 times my waste factor. So that is, so I'll type this one in, C7. So I'm going to multiply the quantity times the waste factor. I'm going to close that parentheses. And now I need to add back in my original QTO. If I don't add that in, I'm just buying the amount that I'm determining as waste. So I'm going to hit plus, and then I'm going to add in my original amount, which was B7. And I'm going to put a comma in there, and then the next one is 0, and that's because I want to buy a full or a whole unit, a whole number. And then I'm going to close that parentheses, and I'm going to hit enter. So that shows that I need to buy 28 bags with a 5% waste factor. So if I want to test this, let me change this number, and I can make it anything I want, and it should automatically update the purchase quantity as a full unit. So let's try, just for fun, 61.1. It automatically updates to the next whole number, including a 5% waste factor. So that's how we use Roundup in Excel for our cost estimate.